football. It's just not checkers. What can I say? I got go jeans.
Special. Luka Garza, most unstoppable force in college basketball.
Look at me now. Count me down. So give me the crown.
Absolutely brilliant. The nation's leading scorer, Corey Amanda.
Kings, I'm the biggest one of those you ever seen. I'ma need a crown. I'm the only one that ever held it down.
The screamer.
Devontae Smith, the Heisman winner.
They wanna take the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves. Big
Oh, what a catch. Are you kidding me? That's the man right there.
We are not the same. We are not the same. They ain't got us running through these lanes. Bang, bang, for the
And the ESPY goes to Devontae Smith, Alabama. As a kid, this is just something that you don't think about, just something like this happening. I mean, it's a blessing. Would none of this be possible without God? To everybody that supported me, thank you. It means a lot. And just everybody that's watched me along this journey, just thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
Behind-the-scenes host for tonight's ESPYs. All night, I will be talking with winners and presenters, giving you an all-access view of sports' biggest night. I'm also in charge of the energy. You know, we want that energy to be a slam dunk. We want us all to be levitating. We want it to be like we are rock stars. And I'm with two gentlemen who know what it means to be a rock star. Please welcome LaMelo Ball, NBA's Rookie of the Year, and multi-platinum recording artist, DaBaby. Now, here's the deal, friends. LaMelo Ball, you are up for Breakthrough Athlete. That's incredible. And now, DaBaby, you're actually presenting that. Y'all are friends, and real talk, how do you hype each other up before a moment like this?
I mean, look, not only is this a big moment in sports, you know, it's a huge moment for the city of Charlotte. So, you know, me and bro, we've been linked up how we linked up. So we representing tonight.
That's a fact. I mean, he just do his thing, I do my thing. Let the shits fall where they gonna fall.
All right, just like LaMelo said and DaBaby said, we're gonna do our thing tonight, and we're gonna keep that energy going. Like I mentioned, I also noticed while I was talking to these incredible gentlemen that we have the queens of TikTok in the building. Dixie and Charlie D'Amelio are getting ready over there to take the stage. Plus, while I have y'all's attention, while we all have your attention, please check out the virtual ESPYs control room for exclusive content by scanning that QR code. We're gonna keep it hype over here. We'll see you again because you're keeping it locked. ESPYs will be right back.
Charlie D'Amelio.
Tonight, we're excited to recognize the breaking of records that are much older than we are.
Phil Mickelson became the oldest golfer ever to win a PGA major.
Tara Vanderveer overtook Pat Summitt for most wins in NCAA women's basketball.
Devontae Smith set multiple reception records in the college football championship.
But there was one accomplishment the fans decided stood out above all the rest. One record we thought would never be broken.
This year's winner for Best Record Breaker,
Russell Westbrook tied with Oscar Robertson for career triple-doubles.
An untouchable record for 47 years.
Will tonight be the night?
Let's get down, let's get down.
Russell Westbrook, the best rookie you're going to see.
Russell Westbrook's first triple-double.
I mean, I had to come out and do everything to help my team win.
Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson, the only man to average a triple-double in NBA history.
The unbreakable record has been broken.
All-time triple-double leader with 182. Russell Westbrook stands all alone.
Thank you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the man above for allowing me and blessing me with unbelievable talent to go out and compete at the highest level every night. I'm super thankful for the ones before me, especially Oscar Robertson. Just want to thank him, his sacrifice for the game, his inspiration to me. Thank all my teammates and coaches over the years. Thank you guys for voting for me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to the style maven himself, Russell Westbrook, who, in the immortal words of Ice Cube, messed around and got 182 triple-doubles. That's incredible. And now, speaking of incredible, we have Naomi Osaka with us this evening. How cool. She won the U.S. Open right here last year in Queens, New York, and tonight she's up for Best Athlete in Women's Sports. Well, you all have to wait around for that because that's up next. We're going to find out who wins. Keep it locked right here at the ESPY. Malcolm Gladwell wrote that it takes 10,000 hours to master any skill. But how many hours does it take to be the best of the best? I'm legitimately asking. I have no clue. My mom always bought me a trophy, even when I came in last place. That's why I had to become an actor. But these remarkable women clearly put in the hours because they are the elite. Here are the nominees for Best Athlete Women's Sports.
Osaka reclaims her proud major title #4.
Unbelievable.
Amanda the Lioness Nunes, the greatest women's fighter of all time.
I'm more dangerous now. Nobody's going to stop me.
I know that's right.
Brianna Stewart.
She's better than ever.
Taking the sport to new heights. No other female gymnast has ever done this. 3 flips.
And the ESPY goes to Naomi Osaka.
Okay, hello everybody. Thank you. I just really want to not say a long speech because I'm a bit nervous, but I just want to say thank you, ESPN. Thank you, all the supporters. Thank you to my fans. I know this year has been it hasn't even finished, but it's been really tough for a lot of us. And for me, I just want to say I really love you guys, and this is my first ESPYs, so it's really cool to be surrounded by all these incredible athletes. I think all of you guys are really cool, and I watch some of you on TV, so it's really surreal to be here, and yeah, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it.
Plays ball with the best breakthrough athlete, and Jesus and Mero got next. Tracy Morgan and Julius Randle. I'm Vernon Davis, and this is the ESPYs on ABC.
These meaningful moments don't always fit neatly into an awards ceremony, so tonight we'll recognize them as ESPY Encores. The first ESPY Encore is the emotional culmination of an impossible comeback. Alex Smith's return to professional football.
Looking at a big conversion here on 3rd and 9. Here comes the blitz. And there goes Alex Smith down at the 40-yard line.
And I tell you what, Smith is hurt badly. And the medical team for the Redskins out there in a big hurry. It does not look good.
There is concern that this could be the end of Alex Smith's career. 17 surgeries.
And the issues now are from an infection.
The doctors, they fear that they might have to amputate his leg.
I'm not being melodramatic here when I say your life was hanging in balance.
Very much lucky to be alive, lucky to still have my leg.
The most impressive thing with Alex from day one has been his outlook.
You know, I'm as optimistic as ever that I can do this.
$693 days later, here he is coming back on an NFL football field. His wife Elizabeth and the kids so in the crowd. I mean, what a moment this must be for them.
Everything, I think, has only taught me how much to appreciate the opportunities. Every time I went on the field this year, for me, knowing that it could be my last.
Alex Smith would bring home the NFC East title.
I'm so excited about what else is out there to take on the challenges that lie ahead, and most of all, to experience it with my family.
It's nearly impossible. Yet, every year, a few young stars do just that. Tonight, we recognize their undeniable talent. Here are the nominees for Best Breakthrough Athlete.
Best Breakthrough Athlete, presented by Hotels.com.
Here comes Dangerfield.
Like a drummer. They can call it one hit wonder, but I guess that means I'm one up later.
Herbert takes a shot to the end zone. Oh, touchdown!
They see I'm on the come up, but it's our turn now. If you want it, take it from us. I don't need no good by me. If you want it, come and try me. In the middle of the lobby.
Are you kidding? What a night for the rookie.
Party when they problems turn to probably, and they probably turn to sorry.
And the ESPY goes to LaMelo Ball, the Charlotte Hornets.
Today ain't even my birthday, but I can ball if I want to. Pull up on cars if I want to. How about that do that on in my jumpsuit? Just do what I say and I love you, okay? I get this from my uncle. I told Bay get 22 inches of weed tonight. I want my kid with chains.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought about a speech all night, all day. Then the rain hit, so I low-key done forgot everything. So I'm gonna just say, I only can think about my family right now, my mama. Yeah, really my mama, for real. So I'm gonna just say thank y'all, and hopefully we have a great night, y'all. Thank you.
Congratulations to LaMelo Ball. Now, I am here at the Capital One fan box with the beating heart of sports. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about our fans. Y'all make some noise. Yes, after a year like we've had, I have to say, I want to thank our fans for having our back. Always, we're having so much fun. And I know this is another gentleman who appreciates the fans just as much as I do. Now, Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy, and now ESPY winner. I have to ask, you look like a trophy yourself. You came in all dapper and fly, swaggery to the T. Since you look like a trophy, can you just hit us with the Heisman? Can you get that pose? Is that in your repertoire now? Hey! Like I said, we are keeping the energy, and it is going. Thank you so much, sir. That was incredible. Here's what's happening. Up next, Tim Tebow presents the Jimmy V Award for Perseverance. It's all happening right here, even in the rain, at the ESPYs.
The Capital One.
Talking, reading, and even eating are incredibly challenging. And then at a young age, you face serious heart problems that require numerous surgeries. And that's just the beginning. In the face of such overwhelming adversity, how would you live your life? Well, tonight, I'm going to tell you one young man's answer. And that young man is an incredible young man that I had the chance to meet when he was just a boy. His name is Chris Nickage. He's 22 years old. He's from Central Florida, and he was born with Down syndrome. Chris struggled with these issues I just mentioned throughout his childhood, but he didn't let that stop him from truly leading a life of significance. He got involved with the Special Olympics, which gave him an opportunity to compete in sports and build his confidence. But the Special Olympics introduced Chris to triathlons, which sounds simple enough, but when Chris started, he could barely swim the length of a pool, and didn't know how to ride a bike. Still, none of that stopped him. His passion drove him to pursue a goal no one thought possible, becoming the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman. The inspiring journey that ensued for Chris, his family, yes, and all of his supporters epitomized the idea of perseverance as much as anything you have ever seen.
It's 2020.
They're slowing down.
And Chris Nikic is training for one of the most grueling endurance races in the world.
Keep this pace up, right like this.
An Ironman triathlon. 2.4-mile swim, 112-mile bike ride, and a full 26.2-mile marathon.
This is your day. It's going to be a personal best today, okay?
Oh, personal best, huh?
Personal best today.
All right, here we go. It's game time. Let's go.
What if Chris could do something that's never been done? What an impact that would have on his life and others like him around the world. What if we just do an Ironman? He says, okay, what's that? I said, well, it's just a little longer than a sprint. And he said, okay, let's do it, Dad.
One more time. Down, up.
The idea is met with doubters and skeptics. When Chris's coach, Dan Grebe, seeks some help from a fellow coach to create a training plan for Chris, he refuses to help.
Coach says, no, I'm not designing a plan. I said, why not? He said, he can't handle the ocean swim. It's too dangerous. And then he's going to fail. And then I said, do me a favor. Let me just answer this question for me. I said, if Chris was a 20-year-old without Down syndrome, would you design a plan for him? He says, I would. I said, okay. I need you to give my kid the same chance you would give anybody else.
All the way, all the way. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, all the way.
I'm so proud of you, baby. That was the best ever. How you feel, baby? I need you. You need me? Okay. When you have a child with Down syndrome, you don't fit in. They don't get invited to parties. They don't get invited to anything. Everything you do is a challenge. It's a fight. Other fathers don't get to experience that. You have to battle everything in order to just get them to be included. That's his whole year plan. Every day he stands up there and writes down what he achieved for the day.
The goal is Ironman in November 7. We have to get 1% better every day.
The 1% better concept is a way to track progress a little bit at a time, not to overwhelm anybody, not to make it too big a deal.
He's not making huge gains, but he's building small levels of foundation that over time become so strong that they overwhelm, and that when he completes his Ironman, he can complete anything. His dreams become possible.
For every competitor, an Ironman begins the same way. An early rise, and a final chance to reflect on the challenge ahead.
You are Ironman ready. Nobody gets in the way of Chris Nikic's dreams. The time limit is 17 hours, and we had one goal, which is to finish on top.
Chris works his way through the rough surf off Florida's Gulf Coast, getting out of the water on pace to break the 17-hour mark.
All right, Chris, looking good, buddy!
But on the bike comes trouble.
Sorry, father, get me. Chris, take your shoe off.
First, he steps on a hill of fire ants during a nutrition stop.
What's better?
Then, he loses control of his bike and crashes on a downhill stretch.
I'm thinking, oh my God, this cannot be the end of this race. This is not how this story ends.
Chris gets back on his bike, but with more than 30 minutes of delays. He's now behind the pace to finish within the 17-hour deadline.
Now it's just a run, Joe.
As he enters the 26.2-mile run.
This is going to be the best run of your life. You sure? Yeah. At the end of this run are your dreams. He was keeping a pretty good pace up until about mile 10. At mile 10, he had slowed down to almost a crawl.
Chris, got it, man.
As darkness falls, Chris is struggling. His race partners call in his dad, Nick.
Come on, let's keep walking. How's my boy? I know it hurts, but you're not. Get ready.
At first, I wanted to stop. Instead, I kept pushing through. I knew that my dream was coming.
The pain doesn't go away.
It's blisters.
Okay, it's okay. That was a fake pain.
Fake pain.
It's real.
But with every step, he knows he's getting that much closer to the finish line.
You're going home, Chris. You're going to be an Iron Man.
As we finished, I said, Chris, this is your moment. Go have it.
Chris Nickich.
And we heard those famous words.
I saw him coming towards the finish line, I started first thinking about other parents and their little kids with Down syndrome can now look at Chris and say, our child can accomplish something.
So many moms contact me saying that he's been such an inspiration, that their kids, look at Chris as a role model.
You could call it the power of perseverance. How realizing your own dream can show the entire world what's possible.
As a parent of a child with Down syndrome, Chris finishing that race, it just gave me so much hope. He's someone that Rocco can look up to. Rocco knows when someone has Down syndrome. He knows, like, Chris is like me.
So when I take care of babies in the nursery, parents obviously want to know, what's my child's life going to be like? Having been there with Chris and having seen what he did reminds me that when I have those conversations with families with Down syndrome, that I have to remind myself to tell them that you may be surprised at what might be possible.
On March 4th, 1991, I stepped on a landmine in Basra, Iraq. I was airlifted to several different field hospitals where they performed surgeries to save my life. Chris and I are a lot alike in that we both face adversity, physical challenges, limitations, and we just keep putting one foot in front of the other. He has got grit, determination, he is driven. So Chris Nickich, big hero of mine.
Okay, now you got it. Go! Without Chris and following his journey, Rocco would not be on a bike right now. He says, I can do that. Chris has definitely inspired myself, my son Rocco, and I know all the people within the community are inspired by him. Chris is a world changer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's recipient of the Jimmy V Award for Perseverance, Chris Nickich.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. My speech is on the screen because I have a Down syndrome accent and I speak like I am from the Deep South. Thank you, ESPN, Special Olympics, my friends, Iron Man, and my family for making this possible. I'm an Iron Man, a disc athlete, pro speaker, author, and as you can see, ladies, I'm adorable, single, and unfavorable. People ask, how did I overcome so many obstacles? easy. I just got 1% better every day. 3 years ago, I was 18, overweight, out of shape, excluded, and isolated. But my dream was to be like you, to be included, to be independent, and to marry an amazing woman like my mom. When I started, this was all about our boy and his dream. But now, it is so much more. Now, I want to honor God by being the best I can be to give hope to others. I do that by following a 3-step plan. 1, I get 1% better every day. 2, I work hard. And 3, as Jimmy P said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. It's easy to make excuses and quit. I don't do excuses, and I don't quit. People ask, why don't you quit? Because my dream is bigger than my freaking pain. So what's next, y'all? I want to inspire others and raise awareness for inclusion. October is a big month with my birthday. I'm in Hawaii. That is the Awareness Month. And get 1% Bachelor book. Please help me raise awareness for inclusion, and let's make the world a better place for all of us. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Carrie Strug, here to congratulate both the women's and men's Stanford Cardinal teams for winning the Capital One Cup. For the last decade, Capital One has supported student athletes both on and off the field with the Capital One Cup. This year, Capital One has increased the number of recognized schools and doubled their donation to $800,000. By sweeping the Cup leaderboard, Stanford's men's and women's programs will each be receiving $200,000 in scholarship fund donations for their Capital One Cup victories. I'm honored to accept the Capital One Cup award on behalf of these impressive student athletes.
The producers of the ESPYs were so pumped about the triumphant return of sports this past year that they decided to expand the number of ESPY categories from 32 to 397. Many of these new and exciting ESPYs were given out yesterday at an untelevised ceremony held at Scott Van Pelt's guest house without his knowledge. So, here are some of the last night's biggest winners. The ESPY for most funny after 2 beers went to Sons and 4 Guy. The ESPY for least fun after 5 beers went to Sons and 4 Guy. That man has an action figure with Kung Fu grip. I have an action figure with Kung Fu grip. And we both represent America. But not all the new ESPYs went to this dude who we will soon forget. The other ESPYs went to some people we know. The ESPY for the whitest beef went to Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau. That beef was so white, it was pork. Other white beef. His Airness Michael Jordan took home the 11th ESPY in a new category called baggiest jeans at NASCAR. The worst wingman ESPY was a tie. It went to James Harden and Lil Baby. Google it. Trust me. One of the most emotional moments of the night, Ben Simmons took home a special ESPY for his humanitarian work. Yes. Not everyone knows this, but Ben Simmons has been building orphanages like this one completely out of his playoff bricks. What do you like to say, little ladies?
Thanks, Ben Simmons!
Now let's get back to more of the televised awards. Allie Love, where you at?
Anthony, thanks, Anthony. All right, New York, this one's for you. Gents, put your hands in on the count of 3. We're going to say New York. 1, 2, 3. Brooklyn. That's what it is, what it is. All right, here we go. Presenting Best Game from Showtime's Jesus and Mero. Y'all give it up for Jesus Nice and the Kid Mero. From the last OG, Tracy Morgan. And from
BX in the house.
Julius Randle.
What up, what up? Yo, we are here to present the best game.
Go ahead. Which is obviously going to the Knicks for their Game 2 win against the Hawks.
The Knicks run New York City, you know that.
No doubt. Sorry, guys, another game won. What?
Nah, you serious, my G?
I'm serious. Nah, get out of here, man.
Nah, man. Did they see the beginning of the playoffs? Okay, that game was artistry.
Like, I mean, low-key, I don't even want to know, but so we hear who won the ESPY?
Yeah, man. It better be good, though, because, you know what I'm saying, Game 2 was it. UCLA, Gonzaga?
No, wait a minute, man. Y'all two? Y'all sellouts, man. Y'all are sellouts. Nick, Game 2 forever.
Okay, that's true, but we getting money. That's why we at the ESPY.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The check clear, baby. We here. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so, shout out, like, do you think?
Yeah, here's a look at this year's best game.
The Zags' chase for perfection and basketball immortality is nearly complete.
Cinderella, UCLA still dancing all the way to the Final Four.
UCLA believes they belong. Timmy! What a pass! Just magnificent! Tie it again. These teams battling. UCLA can win it with a final shot. Juzak drives. Charge ball. We are heading to overtime. Wow. How tough are these kids? Oh, a clutch. 2-point game, 12 seconds. UCLA needs a bucket. Short, got it back, ties it with 3. Gonzaga has time to do something. Sox for the win. One of the great games in Final Four history.
Okay, that game was pretty good, too.
All right, this year's ESPY goes to NCAA Men's Final Four, Gonzaga versus UCLA.
Congratulations to UCLA's Johnny Juzang, Jaime Quez Jr., and Tiger Campbell. And from Gonzaga, Jalen Suggs and Drew Timme.
Wow, what an honor. This is incredible to be here. Obviously, we're traveling a little light. We're missing our teammates and our coaches up here, so this is for everybody. But man, that game was so incredible. I think as athletes, we train and prepare and dream about those big moments and those big possessions and big shots. And I mean, that game was just one after the other after the other. So it's just beautiful to be a part of, and I think it's a testament to all these guys up here and all of our teammates, because everybody loved those moments so much that we just kept getting more of them. So it was amazing. Obviously, the last one wasn't our favorite, you know what I'm saying? But, no, but seriously, on behalf of all of us, we want to just thank everybody that helped us get to that game. Our coaches, family, staff, friends, UCLA, all the support we received. Thank you guys. This is for everybody.
We just wanted to thank both fan bases for an amazing game and opportunity just to be on the live stage with live fans. It was truly remarkable, especially the year that was what happened this year.
To be a part of such a special moment, you know, with tons of big shots, crowd going crazy, family and friends in the stands, it was truly once in a lifetime. And, you know, to be able to live out those dreams, you know, in situations that you dream of as a kid, and you know, you practice on your mini hoop and things like that, it was a pleasure. And to the UCLA guys, man, what a great game, great time.
Back to you, brother. Right to you.
And since Jalen's leaving, if they would like to run it back, I've been working on my full court heave, so hopefully we can run it back.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Alzheimer's, that his memory's slipping a little these days. It's one memory that I don't think she's going to forget. For a million miles together, you and me, let's be one.
And welcome back, TJ Oshie. This is all for Coach. Watching down on this hockey game for TJ.
Near side as this second period underway. The Caps coming in, and they got an odd man rush. Here in a shot, they score! In front. Oshie shoots. He did it again. Oshie coming to center. Fires. He scores. TJ Oshie with the hat trick as Coach Jones looks on from heaven. Oh my! I got goosebumps.
Okay, all right, see, that was close. Y'all didn't see it, but it was close. Luckily, I teach a lot of Tabata classes, so I'm light on my feet, and I got pedals, as they say. Now, while Dude Perfect guys over here get ready to present Best Play as only they can, I'm going to tell you about something. We're going to hit refresh and tell you about what's going on at Subway. Success on the field starts with better choices. Tune in to Good Morning America this Tuesday to hear about Subway's new menu, bringing food to the forefront of the conversation. All right, boss, you keep it locked in because the SCs will be right back.
Hey, what up, SBs? Dude Perfect here. Some of you guys may know us from the internet, but tonight we're excited to be here in real life with some of our favorite, amazing, and inspirational athletes.
We love a good challenge, and that's led us to make some pretty tough trick shots. But, and this may be surprising, we don't always make it on the first try.
It's true.
And that's why we're not technically professional athletes, because they're on another level because they do it live. No one appreciates their fans more than we do, so we're excited to reveal who the fans voted for the Play of the Year.
Guys, you took out all my funny lines.
We did. Kind of true, but
yeah,
you're fine. Here, roll the tape.
Hey, baby. Hey, hey. You got me feeling crazy.
College Cup final. First goal, sudden victory. Shot bounces back. This was the big one. He's off. Nobody's going to catch him unless Metcalf can.
Is there anything that makes you shake your head like Simone Biles?
Now I got the spins, babe. I got the
Unbelievable.
I'm stressed. You got me feeling nauseous.
Is it caught? Oh my goodness!
Give it up for the ESPY winner for best play, the Hail Murray. Congratulations, DeAndre Hopkins.
It's such an honor. The great nominees, up for this award as well. First of all, I want to thank the state of Arizona for accepting me. Coming from Houston, got to give it up for Arizona. I want to thank Steve Comm. I want to thank my guide for allowing me to go out and do what I do. I want to thank my mom and my aunt for being here, fighting through the rain and sticking it out with me. Go Cards.
Please welcome comedian and star of Good on Paper on Netflix, Schlesinger.
What is up, fellow elite athletes? Play through the pain, play through the rain. That's not a thing, athletes say. Simone Biles has the record for world medals in gymnastics. She has 14 Olympic gold medals and counting. She won her 7th national title in June. Last week, I pulled a muscle putting on my sports bra. Obviously. It's actually really hard to check your phone on a yoga mat for up to 25 minutes when your neck hurts, you guys. But I did it, because that's what champions like Simone and I do. We put in that effort and we defy the odds. We've all watched Simone and are in awe of what she's capable of, even though none of us really know what she's doing, right? You don't know. Just because you're an athlete, we don't know. Let's be honest. Like, between the wave at the beginning and the dismount at the end, it's just a muscular, sparkly blur to the average viewer. Let's keep it real. But we love it. But it's like we watch gymnastics and all of a sudden we're all experts on Russian flips. Did you hear Simone Biles executed a never-before-done Yurchenko double pike vault? You're like, oh, I heard it was a Smirnoff triple. I heard it was an Ivan Drago go-go. Like, I don't know what we're talking about, but most of us fans don't know. And we don't have the skills to fully appreciate what she's doing. And that's just how impressive what she's doing is. And that is why she deserves this ESPY for the best championship performance. Take a look.
All eyes on Simone Biles.
Going for her 7th national title.
Here she goes.
Her destiny all along.
There we go.
First woman with 7 national titles.
The greatest of all time.
Absolutely astonishing.
Right? So impressive. No idea. Simone Biles is getting ready to head to Tokyo for the Olympics, so obviously she could not be here to accept her award tonight. But we'll be rooting her on in Japan as she goes for the gold, USA, and gets another unforgettable championship performance.
Best of luck to Simone Biles. Now, I am here in the Blue Moon Light Sky Lounge with another champion. That's right, it's Chloe Kim. Now, Chloe, you have a lot going on. You were named at 17 Time Magazine's most influential person. I mean, you're on your 5th ESPY now, right? And then, of course, you are a reigning Olympic gold medalist. How incredible. How does it feel to have accomplished so much so quickly?
It's honestly kind of scary and crazy at the same time, but it really motivates me for the future, and I want to keep accomplishing great things and keeping a good role model for the next generation in our sport. So, yeah, a lot of great things to look forward to.
Being a great role model, that's incredible, because I have to say, one of the things I love about you, you're a great athlete. You have a great personality. We were dancing while we were just hanging out, but you got pipes. Now, I'm not going to ask you to sing just yet, because I know you can do it, but what is your go-to karaoke song? Let's say we're out, we're with our friends, and we're going to karaoke. What song are you going to choose? You only get one choice.
Kiss Me More, Doja Cat, and SZA.
I love
It's like my anthem these days, so yeah, always me jamming out to it in the car.
I love it. All right, Chloe Kim, everyone, such a champ, and she got pipes. Keep it locked. ESPYs will be right back.
The 2021 And now, advice from Anthony.
Hey, KD, it's a brush, bruh. It costs $2. Come on, man. I know you got the money. Damn.
This has been Advice from Anthony. Presenting our next award, please welcome NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young, and two-time Olympic gold medalist, Michaela Schifrin.
Every year, thousands of college athletes compete in dozens of sports all across the country.
And every year, a few rise above the pack to demand our attention.
In a crowded field, their talent is simply undeniable.
Here are the nominees for Best College Athlete Women's Sports.
You ain't got a chance, boy. What you think? I'm doing everything for the kitchen. The queen of JMU softball, Jalen Howell.
She is the real deal times the real deal.
Blacker from Howell.
Madison Lilly, the National Player of the Year.
That touch, that release, man, that is beautiful. Becker's the first ever freshman player of the year. I don't need no super suit. I'm
And the ESPY goes to Paige Beckers.
Nervous. First, I would like to say all glory to God because, I mean, this is better than I could have ever imagined. I'm just a small town kid with really big dreams, and I'm honored to show all the little kids that are watching this that dreams do come true if you work hard and you have great faith in your life. A huge shout out to my friends and my family and everybody that helped me get to be where I am today, especially my coaches and my teammates. I stand on this stage alone, but without them, I wouldn't have this award. And they've sacrificed so much for me. Okay, sorry. I just had ankle surgery. I'm out of breath, out of shape. But no, with the light that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve. They've given so much to this sport and the community and society as a whole, and their value is undeniable. And in the WNBA last season, the postseason awards, 80% of the winners were black, but they got half the amount of coverage as the white athletes. So I think it's time for change. Sports media holds the key to storylines. Sports media and sponsors tell us who is valuable, and you have told the world that I matter today, and everyone who voted, thank you. But I think we should use this power together to also celebrate black women. So to Maria Taylor, Robin Roberts, Maya Moore, Odyssey Alexander, to all the incredible black women in my life on my teams, to Breonna Taylor and all the lives lost, and to those names who I've not yet learned, but I hope to share, I stand behind you, and I'll continue to follow you and follow your lead and fight for you guys. So I just want to say thank you for everything.
It's now my distinct pleasure to announce and introduce tonight's ESPY winner for Best WWE Moment, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Congratulations, because you were the first black woman to battle at WrestleMania. An incredible moment for the culture, and of course, as you know, clearly our fans love you. This award proves that as we lean into diversity and involve more black women in sport, the product is always better. I'd love your perspective on that.
All I can say is I'm just so blessed and so honored to be the woman in this position to portray this diversity and this representation. I always say that representation is not a request, it's a requirement. And that's what we did at WrestleMania, where we made history. And I just want to thank the women that came before us and paved the way on this road so that we can walk on this road. So thank you to WWE, our fans. Thank you to my husband. And I want to say, Mama and Daddy, we did it.
We did it. Yes. All I have to say to that is yes. All right, y'all, keep it locked because we have more right here at the ESPY. Welcome back to the ESPYs. Let's welcome our next presenters. From the upcoming film Die in a Gunfight, Alexander Daddario, and from the Super Bowl championship, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Rob Gronkowski.
We're here to present the award for Best Athlete, Men's Sports. To be nominated for this award, you need an iron will and an incredible work ethic.
And the best friend, preferably a nice tight end who knows how to spike.
I'm pretty sure only Tom Brady needed that. And need is a strong word. And the nominees are...
To you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Tom Brady, you are the GOAT. I got such a good heart that I make the mother wonder if you did it. Damn right.
The best got even better.
Break who you standing. They never gave nothing to me. Lewis Hamilton, you are rewriting the history book. Don't give up, you're too strong. Nikola Jokic, the most valuable player. Me against you. Whatever, whenever. What you gon' do? X gon' give it to you. We gon' give it to you.
And the ESPY goes to... Tom Brady.
Tom couldn't be here tonight. What a surprise he didn't show up. But he sent this speech where I hope he thanks me, of course.
Hey, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself in New York. I certainly wish I could be there with you guys and all my teammates to celebrate. I'm very honored to be chosen as Best Athlete in Men's Sports, and I've always said that I don't really play for individual awards or stats. I love football, and I love that it's a team sport and that our team won the Super Bowl. So even be considered for this incredible award along with LeBron and Tiger and MJ is really cool. So there's so many great nominees. I certainly play a team sport. Lewis Hamilton's a great inspiration, and I know he's got a great team too. So congrats to all the women nominees, Brianna, Amanda, Simone, Naomi. You guys are amazing competitors and amazing athletes. And last, I want to thank my teammates, many of you who are there right now. I hope you guys bring home the Team of the Year award in a few minutes. Have fun, but not too much fun in New York because we start football in 2 weeks. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Capital One is a proud partner of the Roden Fellows. The Roden Fellows program and the Undefeated provide opportunities to aspiring sports journalists from historically black colleges and universities to gain real-world experience at ESPN in pursuing their career goals. Capital One will support content from these fellows throughout the football season as part of their larger commitment to the advancement of students from historically black colleges and universities.
Capital One recognizes the contribution of diverse talent and is committed to creating opportunities that propel them forward towards success. This includes Capital One's support for the Undefeated's Roden Fellows Initiative, a training program for the next generation of sports journalists from historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Through the lens of sports, the Roden Fellows produce stories about race, class, and culture, a lot like the stories you're watching right here tonight at the ESPYs. We've seen them on stage all night. I am proud to have them here with me. Please welcome Kayla Sweezy from Morgan State University and of Hamptons University, Keon Cage, the newest Roden Fellows. Take it away.
Thank you, thank you. When we come back, the Dodgers get an ESPY in front of their home crowd in LA.
And we'll find out who's crowned best team. It's the 2021 ESPYs presented by Capital One.
It is a thrill to be here tonight, a thrill to be introduced by one of the great young stars of our game, and a thrill to pay tribute to one of the great coaches in college basketball who I have admired for a long time. Because the best coaches aren't just the best strategists or best recruiters. The best coaches are the ones who make their players better, better on the court, better as people. And for a long time, that's what Tara Vanderveer has done at Stanford.
You have one job. You have to be able to go home tonight, and you got to be able to look in that mirror and say, damn, I was good.
When Tara Vanderveer looks in the mirror, there's plenty of proof of just how good she is. She's won more college basketball games than any other women's coach.
Passing Pat Summit, win number 1,099.
National titles, Final Fours, Pac-12 titles, and Olympic gold medal. But the truth is, none of those things have ever been how Coach Vanderveer measures success.
Let's get ourselves going. I want to help you be the absolute best that you can be. Yeah, you got it.
You know, I don't coach or a record. It's that I do a great job for them.
Last season, Vanderveer's 35th at Stanford, the team went over 2 months without playing a game on their home court. But the coach's approach was as constant as ever, which made it no surprise, perhaps, that at the end of a year like no other, her team was the last one standing.
The Stanford Cardinals, national champions!
There are more games to win in the years to come, but more importantly, there are more players to mold, more relationships to build, more love to share.
The most important thing I can do as a coach for you guys is just love you. You're the people that I care about. You're the people that I want to be a great coach for.
Measure success that way, and you can always look proudly in the mirror.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's recipient of the Best Coach Award, Tara Vanderveer.
Thank you, Roy. It is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight, and so inspiring to be with amongst this excellence. I accept this award on behalf of all coaches who work tirelessly to teach, mentor, and love their players. I'd like to thank my family, my sister Heidi, who's here tonight. She got my mother's vote for best coach. My parents, Dunbar and Rita Vanderveer. I got my start in coaching in 1976 after the passage of Title IX, when my father insisted that I help my sister's high school team that had just lost the night before, 99-11. Father knows best. I loved it, which shouldn't have surprised me, as I have loved basketball since 4th grade gym class, where we did 3-player weave. But the truth is, my relationship with basketball started as kind of a love-hate thing. I loved playing, but I hated the fact that there wasn't opportunities for girls. In my 9th grade yearbook, the boys' varsity coach, Mr. Lewis, wrote, "To the best basketball player in the 9th grade." While the boys had 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, JV, and varsity teams, the girls had an occasional play day. Years later, when I had 8-year-olds at our basketball camp, my story was challenged by a young lady who said, "Why was it like that?" I didn't know how to answer the question, so I did what many teachers do. I said, "Can anyone else answer that question?" A little girl raised her hand and goes, "Sexism." Title IX has been responsible for tremendous change. Thankfully, things have improved. But unfortunately, even after 49 years, we haven't fully embraced the NCAA's definition of gender equity, a sad reality clearly evident at our national tournaments this past spring. Title IX has also had an unintended consequence: the loss of female coaches. Funding for women's programs may have increased, but unfortunately, coaching for women has decreased. We have work to do to change that, and I invite you to help me on our mission. Finally, thank you to Idaho, Ohio State, USA Basketball, and Stanford for hiring me as your coach. Thank you to my assistants, Amy Tucker, Kate Pay, Katie Stedding, and Brittany Anderson, and all of our staff at Stanford. And thank you to my players, because they're the real reason coaches win awards. I have coached the best players in the world. I have learned more from them than they have learned from me. Players who not only demonstrate great skill and talent, but are leaders in their communities and champions of social justice. Players like Nneka Ogwumike. A special shout out to her, and a special shout out to our 2021 National Championship team, whose achievement was made possible by the prior hard work, commitment, and success of their Stanford sisterhood. Thank you again for this wonderful award. Thank you.
Coming up, Robin Roberts presents the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage. And we celebrate Best Team. It's the ESPYs, presented by Capital One. The 2021 ESPYs.
From Good Morning America, presenting the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage, the recipient of the award herself in 2013, Robin Roberts.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Tonight would have been Arthur Ashe's 78th birthday today. All these years since his passing, we wish, in particular those of us who were fortunate, blessed to know him, we wish that Arthur was still here, still making an impact on the world, still fighting in his own powerful yet graceful way for issues that, again, very much matter today. Civil rights, equality, justice for all. As we know all too well, since we lost Arthur, the world remains still filled with these challenges, but there are shining lights in the world of sports that have taken up his legacy of courage. Athletes who have gone to uncommon lengths to devote themselves to causes that matter to them, using their platform to drive visible progress and create real change. And among that distinguished group, Maya Moore stands out. Just think about this. A few years ago, she was one of the best basketball players in the world, but at the peak of her prime, she walked away from the game to dedicate her life to fighting for an injustice she refused to let stand. And what has unfolded since is a journey through the American prison system. It is a tale of determination, of friendship, and love. A vision of courage from a dynamic woman who says her work is not yet finished.
This was the way we got to know Maya Moore, a back-to-back national champion at UConn, a four-time WNBA champion with the Minnesota Lynx, and a two-time gold medalist for Team USA.
Maya Moore, who has now been here so many times, I've lost track. I mean, basically there's like a Maya Moore wing in the White House. And when she comes, we got all her stuff here. She's got a toothbrush.
How do you stop her? You completed the season with the honor of being the only player in WNBA history to score in double figures literally in every game.
But if you were really paying attention, you could see who Maya Moore really is. A lot more than just a basketball superstar.
4 off-duty police officers providing security at the Minnesota Lynx game on Saturday staged a walk-off, refusing to provide security because of this. WNBA players wearing Black Lives Matter t-shirts.
The captains at the time, Maya Moore, Lindsay Whalen, Rebecca Brunson, Simone Augustus, they wanted to do something, and the t-shirt spoke loudly.
We knew that we might not have everyone be on our side about it, but
accountability matters. And so if we see something happen in our backyard with Philando Castile, we want to have that accountability as a team that we see what's happening and we don't approve of it.
It is time that we take a deep look at our ability to be compassionate and empathetic to those suffering from the problems that are deep within our society.
I think we can all look back on the Minnesota Lynx in 2016, and we can say they were the catalyst for a lot of the social justice work you see in our league now.
But for Maya Moore, that moment in 2016 was just the continuation of a journey fighting injustice she had been on for many years. A journey that in many ways began where she was born in Missouri, when she was introduced to a family friend in prison.
My great uncle, we call him Papa, he had been involved in prison ministry for decades. And through a choir program of him volunteering at the Jefferson City Correctional Center, he met Jonathan. And then my godparents, Sherry and Reggie Williams, started to tell me about this young man that was wrongfully incarcerated, and they were investigating his case and helping him fight for his freedom.
In 1997, Jonathan had been arrested at 16 for a burglary and shooting that he denied committing. But he'd been convicted as an adult and given a 50-year sentence. Maya's family had made it their mission to help him get released.
At one of her visits, we just had stuff spread out everywhere, and Maya asked about it, and I asked her, would you like to get on his visiting list?
I knew I was good, I was safe if they're going, and just wanted to meet Jonathan.
I'll never forget it. Maya, she came in, she hugged me, and she looked me directly in the eye. And I just felt this sense of peace being around her.
So Maya Moore, emerging basketball superstar, and Jonathan Irons, inmate number 101145 at Jefferson City Correctional Facility, began a friendship.
She went off to college, and I would call her maybe once every 2 months, and then we started talking more frequently. And we became really, really good friends.
We'd have conversations, and he would be encouraging me, and my mind would be blown. And I'm like, dude, you're in prison. How are you encouraging me?
With the first pick in the 2011 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx select Maya Moore from the University of Connecticut.
As Maya's stardom and success grew, so too did her drive to fight for Jonathan, to find ways to shine a light on the injustice that had landed him in prison.
My education journey ramped up. Then I started learning about prosecutorial what? You know, I didn't know anything about prosecutorial misconduct, and learning how to say that over and over. Got with my agent and other resources and said, hey, should we start a nonprofit, you know? And so Win With Justice was born. Win With Justice is a platform to talk about Jonathan's case, but also to help people get educated on what's really going on and redefining what a win is in our justice system. There was no physical evidence, no DNA, nothing tying him to the scene of the crime.
Cutting Maya Moore finds some space.
I've just been on this journey of learning, having my eyes open, but it's connected to an actual person, and so it's very real to me. The power issue is a spiritual issue. Like, there's a heart issue. It's making you not want to be generous with your power. We can talk about it all we want, but until you're willing to lay something down, nothing's going to change.
I can recall the day that she called me over to her apartment. You know, Maya's very, private. And I was a little skeptical at first, and then I was like, okay, did I do something wrong? And then she got emotional, and she told me that this probably would be her last season.
At the height of her career, Maya Moore stunned the sports world, stepping away from basketball to fight for justice and the release of one man, Jonathan Irons.
That's a big, bold decision for someone who's arguably in the prime of their career, having incredible success, arguably one of the best players in the world in that moment, to just walk away from that talent. But it wasn't shocking. You know, she was just about more than just basketball all the time.
From that point on, Maya devoted herself full-time to working to get Jonathan's conviction overturned.
She launched a petition for Jonathan.
It's one of the best feelings of giving somebody a voice. You're just one person. But then I realized when I give Jonathan a voice, so many other people get a voice.
It wasn't just about spreading the word, though. Maya and her family worked with lawyers to uncover new evidence in Jonathan's case. Evidence that prosecutors had failed to share with Jonathan's lawyers during the trial.
Unfortunately, it's another step to another step, but it's a big step to finally have the truth be told in this context.
And that discovery got the attention of a judge.
It will be the judgment of the court that the petitioner has established he is entitled to habeas relief on his Brady claim and orders that his convictions be vacated and the petitioner be discharged from custody.
Broken down, living life on the merry-go-round. You can't find out. I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
Another revelation in the story. Though they kept it quiet until Jonathan was released, they had fallen in love during the fight to get him freed. And soon after that day finally came, they were married in an intimate ceremony. Their life together is just beginning as they continue their work side by side. Maya Moore says she is not finished. There are a lot more Jonathans out there, a lot more injustices to fight against, a world to lift up, one courageous step at a time.
I hope it never gets lost in the shuffle that she probably could have 4 more championships by now, 3 more MVPs, a couple, like she could have continued her career and still been the top, the best in the game.
I get that Maya is a generational talent, really and truly. And I can sit here and tell you that we're going to miss her on this Olympic team. And we've missed her on the national team the last couple years, without a doubt. She's that good. But if somebody feels that strongly about something and for their own well-being needs to do it, like, who are any of us to question that?
Impact is not just about going far and wide. Impact, if we really look at it, is more about the narrow and deep. What Jonathan and I have done, what my godparents did, what my great uncle did, was narrow and deep. I hope my legacy can be connected to that.
It is an honor to welcome this year's recipient of the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage, Maya Moore.
Wow. What an amazing night. Thank you to so many people. I could spend 5 minutes just going down a list of people to thank. The group I'm with right now, you know what you've meant to me, and Jonathan, I'm so happy for you. Y'all, let's just say hallelujah, first of all, that Jonathan is sitting here right now. It's just, I don't ever want that to get old, of just the miracle of your life and who you are. So, but what an honor it is to be accepting an award tonight in the spirit of Arthur Ashe on his birthday. I mean, how better, what a better way to honor him. He was a man who was persistent in living out his passion for change. The headline has been centered around the courage it took for me to step away from the game of basketball. But I'd like to take some time with you tonight to actually talk about a different aspect of courage in this story. Specifically, the courage that it takes to love when it's hard. The courage to live in a way where you're in real relationship with people. And so if you want to say I have courage, I'd say my courage has not been as much in me not playing, but in the emotional and mental and spiritual outpouring into love and fighting against injustice. One of the most freeing things that I've truly come to know in my 20s, I'm 32, so the 20s was a big deal to me recently. But one of the most freeing things I've come to realize is that I'm a created being, wonderfully made in God's image. And that means I don't have to define myself, but my all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful Creator has designed me for a beautiful purpose. I'm sure I'm not alone in wrestling with the question of what it means to be human. And for me, the combination of knowing Jonathan, getting the courage from speaking out with my teammates in 2016, on top of just trying to prayerfully walk with the Lord, those all led to the first heartbeats of Win with Justice, or simply a call to bring dignity to all human beings, especially our most vulnerable. Our nonprofit is a social action platform meant to help inspire, educate, and equip all of us to be active participants against prosecutorial misconduct in our justice system. Prosecutors are uniquely positioned to help remedy unjust sentences. They're called to serve the people and fight injustice. And true justice doesn't only mean getting convictions. Now that Jonathan is free, we're able to really shift our focus to equipping people with tools for change. That's why we're partnering with For the People, a leading national nonprofit that supports prosecutors and family members as they seek to remedy unjust sentences. Together, we're offering a new tool to Win with Justice: prosecutor-initiated resentencing. It's for prosecutors, it's for community members who are all working to bring their loved ones home. And with this new tool, prosecutors now have the ability to reunite families and restore communities that have been decimated by mass incarceration. As athletes, we have unique power and influence over our culture and communities for what matters most. And one of the best ways that we role model this is by being honest about our own humanity first. We are more than athletes. We are complex, multi-layered human beings created to know each other and to be known in real relationship. Taking time to be in real relationship is the start of real change. We weren't designed to grow alone. This is Win with Justice. Loving your neighbor, especially the ones not exactly like you. When I met Jonathan, we both knew that we had different life experiences, but we both stepped outside of our comfort zone, developed a friendship, and now we have become more of who we were destined to be. This is the Win with Justice story. Love costs. Love sacrifices. Sacrifice is one of the most compelling aspects of sports. The sacrifice of comfort for a greater level of skill. The sacrifice it takes to work together as a team so everyone can shine in their gifts. These sacrifices we make in sports are great, but I would invite you to see them as just pointers to the sacrifices of life that matter most. The ones that are centered around helping each other live to the fullest. Sacrificing the power you have to humanize someone else. Power is not meant to be gripped with a clenched fist or to be hoarded, but power is meant to be handled generously so we can thoughtfully empower one another to thrive in our communities for love's sake, championing our humanity before our ambitions. Thank you so much.
Kurt Warner, and he is Kurt Warner. From the upcoming film American Underdog, Zachary Levi, an NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, Kurt Warner.
I just want to say to start, what an incredible evening filled with a bunch of amazing athletes that are doing way more than just performing on a court or a field or a diamond. To all of you out there, keep inspiring the world.
And by the way, y'all, Maya Moore's speech is a masterclass in humanity and decency. So please go and rewatch that later tonight, because that is all truth. That is all things we need to know. So that said,
the Los Angeles Dodgers went from last place to winning the World Championship in just a few short years.
That is true, but they could have won a couple years earlier if the Houston Astros didn't,
All right. Don't listen to him. Dude, we want our movie to open big in Texas.
I want it to open huge in Texas. The people of Houston, I love you. You're awesome. But your team straight up cheated. They cheated. 100%. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
The Dodgers may have gotten their last out on a neutral site, but they delivered a championship their home team will never forget. And that is why the Los Angeles Dodgers win this year's ESPY for Best Championship Moment.
Go Blue, Dodgers for life. Play that clip.
The Dodgers in the World Series for the third time over the last 4 years.
Well, the season was different last year, you know, with the different protocols and the empty stadiums. If we're going to do all this, we're going to go through all this, we're going to put our families through this. We're going to make it count.
Hold on and miss strike three. The Dodgers just one win away from their first championship in 32 years.
Mookie did a great job of getting on base right away. And we felt the momentum shift for sure.
I knew once I got to third, I got to find a way to score. As soon as he hit it, I was off to the races.
There he goes. Throw home, too late. Dodgers lead.
And now the Dodgers are 9 outs from a world championship.
Urias coming in.
Once he took the mound, I knew that I wasn't going to take him out. We were going to live or die with him.
Fastball over the inside corner, 2 down.
Gosh, I'm getting chills, guys. I can only imagine what it would feel like in Dodger Stadium in this very moment.
And that'll do it! The Los Angeles Dodgers have put their postseason demons to bed. World Series champs! World Series champs!
To finally be able to hoist that thing up at the end of last year was a surreal feeling. Honestly, didn't know if you were ever going to get it done.
Pure elation. I got the goosebumps right now, you know, talking about it. There's really no way to describe it, but it was sick.
Going up here and knowing that it had been so long between bringing a championship back to LA, we knew what the stakes were and we knew how much it would mean to the city.
The fan base is incredible. To have that much support everywhere you go, just blue heaven on earth, man. That's about all you can say.
Make some noise, everybody, for your 2021 ESPY winners for Best Championship Moment, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Thank you, everybody. This is a special night for all of us. And we're excited to celebrate 2020. We're also excited to celebrate a lot more this year, too. So welcome back.
Friends, we're just a couple of good people having a good time, and I'm surrounded by award winners. We've got one more award left for Best Team. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all keep it locked. The ESPYs will be right.
No notes, man. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. Seems like it working. No doubt.
This has been Advice from
Yeah. Presenting the last award of the night, Broadway Joe Namath.
All right, folks. Now, there aren't many things in this life of ours better than winning a championship.
In your league, that's great. You'll be respected for a long time. And in your city, forever. Who knows? Maybe you'll be a legend. These squads that have won the championships have a lot to look forward to. I guarantee it. All right. Here are the nominees for Best Team.
Best Team, presented by Blue Moon Light Sky.
It just showed how much we can persevere. I couldn't be more thankful.
They've sacrificed for each other all year.
No one can take this away from us.
What we did was extremely special. We grew as a team. We grew as individuals. I'm just thankful.
I just love this team so much, I can't even put it into words.
And the ESPY goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Champs, baby. Yeah, we're the champs. Yes, I just want to give a shout out to my teammates, man, when I got there. The first day of practice, I was just looking around. I was like, around, and Coach B.A. kept saying all year, if we play together, if we keep sticking together, no one's going to beat us. And when we were down, we all stuck together and we bounced back, and he was right. When we all played together, no one could beat us, and we just kept whooping that, you know.
Yo, shout out to everybody out there that's athletes, non-athletes. I appreciate everybody for coming. Thank God that we made it. We did it. 2020. Everybody know how COVID was out there last year. Everybody know how COVID was last year, right? Had to take all them damn tests. But, man, I just like to appreciate everybody for coming out tonight, man. Appreciate my teammates. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it without them. Brady, I know you ain't here. Levante, I know you here. Everybody in Tampa Bay, we did it. And we getting another one next year. Hey, anybody wanna come see? Oh, they cut me off. I'm like Drake right now.
Hey, thank you guys for coming. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, great season.